Hello YouTube, Infinite Magic Raid community, Gandalf here. I thought what I'll do for this week's, PvP weekend is I'll bring you a little bit of top-notch endgame PvP in the championship. Now you can see I'm already positioned at 48th with just one attack in. We're gonna do a little bit of overkill and see how far we can push in this, and probably we'll run into some of the biggest krakens out there. Let's hope that we don't run into too many. And what I'll be also doing is I'll be showing you the actual attacks as opposed to skipping through them as much as time allows. So the first one up is your dad, I guess. Um, okay, so let's see. I think many of you are familiar with the first few teams here. What I have done is sometimes I'll run this jack with higher attack than Nita, just so that I can take down the Donald situation. The three teams are on my advanced arena setup for the most. Sometimes you see this with the Brynhild, sometimes you see Nordak here. What I have done is put Nordak and Brynhild onto the last team, using Ben Austin as the highest attack to set up somewhat of a well-rounded defensive and offensive team, where the joint attack from Nordak and Brynhild hopefully will kill a key target. I'm defensive using Mamook to be able to, absorb anything from my AoE, as well as making the enemy single target focus on him, buying Brynhild a little bit of time to take down the enemy. And by pairing Ben Austin with Alec allows me to get a nice cleanse. So let's get started. So I think for this particular setup, I mean, we're gonna go for the mirror setup here. Um, we will go for the space poke. And the last team, I believe I should have an advantage. Even if he silenced me, I can break out of that. And then we should be able to do relatively well against all his teams. Let's get started. We're gonna just start on auto, and we'll get out of auto as per needed. We'll keep an eye on the time because I do have to look after the other account, which is very close to um, top 100 right now, but still needs to make a couple of attack to land in the top 64. So you can see in this particular team, um, I should have probably tried to focus on that Lydia first, because that Lydia really is the main threat. Good. Now I think the main one we really want to be careful about is that Agatha. I think we should just do it about now because everything's frozen. What's really nice about this setup is you got the benefit of both Nizelle and Santa, so allowing for the permanent freeze. At the same time, you are well set up to. Sorry, should have done that. Well set up to strip and then nuke with Agatha afterwards. So you got the nice hybrid combination set up over here. The last team went by very quickly. Jack gave the additional bonus and buff to the team. So here you can see that the Ben Austin was able to take out the main threat right away. We're gonna go after probably Mamook because that's probably the most annoying target. We don't want him to get his taunt up now. This was a relatively easy match, so you can see I'm not even leaving auto, but you can kind of get a general sense of how these four different team works. Now, if you want to do well again in championship, I think there's been a lot more heroes introduced, and everybody seems to be attacking the last few minutes. So you do want to get four really strong teams set up if you want to push for top 64, and you have to have a very good sense of what each of these teams do and what they can beat and what they cannot beat, when you need to manual, when you don't need to manual, because you really want to be um, doing a lot of attack in the last few minutes. And I'll probably demonstrate that on my other account once we maybe get to around 955-ish. So we're ranked 28th. Let's see who we get next. Right now, I think I'm kind of doing a little bit overkill. It's not a good idea to push yourself um, that far, but again, we do a lot of things for content. I think it would be nice to see. I think people enjoy seeing me struggle. So we're gonna give people a little bit of struggling on stream, and you can see some people even don't even bother to build a proper for last team. So this should be another relatively easy one where we can almost pretty much auto through. So again, we have the turn meter down. We have the double AoE coming in from Mita that is drastically boosted by Jack. And then Jack is probably able to finish off whatever's left. So here you can see I'm going to get frozen, but I get the turn meter boost for Panda, cleanse everybody off. Then that second freeze really seals the deal for a lot of teams. So making this team a really strong hybrid team. Nordak in here wouldn't give the same level of flexibility because this team then can take out a really speedy cleave team, normally which will be a weakness of a very tanky team that's kind of trying to tank everything. So having that flexibility also means I don't have to switch my teams around as often. Oh no, that was a misclick. Or yeah, so well that was unfortunate. Because I was autoing. Normally with that particular situation, I would definitely not be using the AOE because that will give my opponent additional turn meter. But here we just want to be a little bit careful. Yep. Oh, we should have taken out the Jilliman, who was the primary threat. But for the most part, I think we're okay. Um, and you can see the benefit of having Mamook on your team because it gives a well-rounded defense. What my goal, so for those of you watching my video, and some of you might be wondering, I promised everyone a compendium of different team compositions. Don't worry, I'm working on it. Hopefully tomorrow or end of tomorrow it will be coming out. And you guys will see, how to build a very um, well-rounded, defensively strong team. And that's kind of what we'll be showcasing. Okay, so we're up against Denzel in bowl. So really now we're pushing it. We're probably going to turn the auto off. We don't want another mistake like that. So first team, we're probably dealing with speed. So we're going to try to slow down one of them to go for the nuke. Looks like the second team is susceptible to a freeze. This team will be good against that. And the last team, this is a little bit tricky. So maybe what I'll do is actually freeze the. Yeah, I think what I'll do is I'll freeze the last team and then I will manually nuke them down. So let's see how we do on this one. So we're 46 minutes, so we probably got a little bit longer left on content. So very similar, we want to check the enemy speed very fast, but we're going to pop that. We're going to take down that popper first. We're going to be really careful here. Make sure if you do have to auto attack, always take down the focus. Let's just be safe here and kill the Nita. And then go for the AoE nuke. Because when you're dealing with really strong opponents, you don't really want to, kill the popper and leave something behind, which is a very dangerous thing to do. So I'm not sure what happened there because Ben Austin should have had the highest attack on this team. Did I accidentally I put ultimate defense on him by accident. So we got to go back and fix that because I think I was doing that just so that Ben Austin wouldn't move first. But that's okay. We're gonna strip that away. I'm gonna go for the Agatha here, which is probably one of the biggest threat. Then the next threat, probably really what potentially will be killing us, is that Brynhild. Let's get our shields up. Some additional shields. And now my Nordak is going to be hit really hard because once per turn, your Nordak gets the swirly thing around him, which is going to allow him to hit really hard. So for example, that one, your Nordak wasn't benefiting from it, but you can see now he has a swirly thing. So this time, if my Nordak joins in the fray, he is going to do a lot of damage. Um, so see, this time Nordak is going to benefit from all of the shield. You can see, even though it was countered, it had the full boost from all of the shields there. Okay, so second team down. And Denzel, if you're watching, I am so sorry that I had to do this to your account during the championship. Um, I know you're one of the people who really enjoy watching me do PvP content. It's just really unfortunate it's on your account that I'm doing this on. But I trust, you're probably, working on your attacks right now, so I have no doubt you will be in the top 64. Losing one to me is not a big deal here. Okay, so we're gonna freeze one more time. And AoE. So there you go, 4-0. We're pushing pretty far. We're rank 11, so maybe we'll do one more attack. So, all right. So again, it's a real big, Kraken out here, Lord Eric. So same strategy, right? We're gonna go for that. We might have to take a L, take a loss. We just might. Let's try to use this team and see how we do. We will definitely nuke down the last team using this team, and we'll give up probably against his very strong Donald team. Well, we'll see. We'll hope for the 3-1. If not, let's at least hope for the draw. So let's check his team speed. I believe I'm okay. It's just really the space we gotta slow down. Yep. Okay, so, and again, killing the, so we don't want any mishaps here. So you can see I went for the kill. Um, if I actually stripped on the previous turn and somebody lived, that could have been very disastrous. So, when you're using this particular combo, we're using Machello, you might want to consider using his skill 1, as it is, see, when you're up against Krakens, like these kind of shenanigans happen. So you got to be really careful. There's nothing wrong with doing a little bit of overkill. The thing is, you want to make sure the key threats, when you're facing them, they're taken down. Okay, so let's go for the freeze. And you can see he has an incredible amount of effect res. This is looking bad because my Agatha got frozen. So what we're gonna do, hopefully, oh no, that's another reset. Um, this is not looking good. Okay, so we can check here how much energy is stored up, which is not a lot because we haven't really been protecting our allies. So let's protect her. Yeah, I mean, it's Lord Eric. I mean, I can't do much against that account. So, and we're probably going to lose this one. Um, we don't have a lot of time left, so let's try our luck. Let's try to kill the... Let's try to kill the Tifia, because Tifia is going to nuke me next turn. Yeah, and then Mamook can taunt, because Mamook is going to go next. He has a strip coming up, so let's just do that. He has the heal. Let's do the strip here. Let's get rid of the Donald. I think the strip just went, so strip there one more time. Okay, now I think we're okay to go for the kill on the Donald. No? I see. Lord Eric's hit very hard. Let's pop that one. Attack down do work if you cannot get the defense down, but the attack down will definitely help reduce the enemy's damage. Let's put the consolidation up. Okay, next time when we do the joint attack, we will be able to. Let's give the enemy a AoE strip there. Reduce the turn meter. Shield up. Damage immunity up. Oh wow, that was a untimely strip there. Let's maybe get rid of the um, let's get rid of the Elsa there. And the joint attack here, hopefully you get a big smack from the Nordak. Not as big as I would have liked it, but it's what it is. One more time. And you can see this time it's a lot less on damage, right? Um, because he doesn't have the swirly thing up. But hopefully this is enough to kill it. Yes, okay. Last target. Well, this was a surprise win. I wasn't expecting this team to win, but okay, we're really low on time, so let's hope we can, get a clean win on the last one with a quick auto because I think I'm faster. Yep. And so that was a 3-1 against Lord Eric, putting us in eighth place, which I think we're very safe for the championship. Let's move to the other account and I'll show you my setup over here. So our ranks 84 right now. I'm sorry, it's gonna be, one of our own allies here. I don't actually have a last team, which is a terrible, terrible situation right now. Let's just see how we can potentially go on the remaining teams here. Let's go for something like that. And first team, let's just throw something together that might be okay. Do I have maybe put a Mamook in there? Okay, let's just go that. And we skip battle. Really what you're aiming for is 3-1s consistently. That's not looking good. Really should have a better team setup. Okay. So let's nuke the first one. This one we can counter the Nazil. This one will freeze them. And the last one is a toss-up. And we really need to fix the last team. So maybe maybe instead of we'll put in a Sendo instead of instead of Nura, let's put in a Sendo here. Might be a better setup. And what we'll do is we will even make sure we're on the right gear here. So this is okay. All casters should be on the other set of gear. We should be using the control skills first. Sendo looks okay. Mamook looks okay. Let's go for it. Against Massive Dong. Very dangerous account here. Let's go for that. Hopefully it's a tie and we don't lose any points here. Oh, surprisingly, I won all three. So we're rank 51. Let's keep going. We got 2 minutes left. It's funny, like I didn't, besides Lord Eric, I don't think I've found any, big threats, let's say, on the other accounts. But on this one, really, it's very, very dangerous looking. I'm really worried because Reaper actually has a really strong account. I think I'll win the last one for sure. The top one, you don't really have a lot of time to think here. We'll go for the skip. Fingers crossed. I think it's a tie. We're ranked 53. We got 1 minute to go. Usually you want to be above. Okay, we're against one of our clanmates here. Um, let's hope the strat works. We're gonna go for that. Gonna go for this. Hopefully I get a 3-1 out of this. And yep, and then we're secure. Okay, there we go. We're secure. We got a 4-0 from that lineup, and we're at rank 18. So usually, this is how the Saturday nights go for me from a PvP perspective. I hope you enjoy watching this. Really, you really have to be well prepared with 4 different teams, being able to execute a lot of attacks successfully near the in the last few minutes if you want to secure a top 64 spot. You can see, I think, even if we look at the ranking right now, right? A lot of changes could happen very quickly around 60th to 64 spot because you can see how close the points are. Um, this week we have seen is the junior championships of the newest 20 server have been moved back. In the past, the average cutoff has always been around 2100 points. This week, we can see we're 40 points lower. So by taking out some of the junior players, it also reduced the number of attacks and the points that are fed into the upper pools. So, you'll potentially be in platinum a little bit longer, and you just need to push out a platinum, have 4 strong teams, do a couple of attacks, and you could be landing yourself in the top 64. And the top 64, you will guarantee yourself a legendary rune chest of choice, which is worth $20 USD, equivalent, or 20 vouchers. So it's a really good to get in the top 64 when you can, especially if you happen to be around this time. Give it a try. Build really strong 4 teams and push it at the last moment around here, and you can see yourself making it to top 64. I hope you enjoyed the content tonight, and I'll catch you next time. Gandalf out.